Welcome back to RF Coins, your one-stop channel for everything rare, valuable, and historical in the world of coins. Today, get ready for something absolutely mind-blowing. We're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and talked about coins in modern American numismatics, the 1983 Lincoln cent. A coin you might have in your pocket or piggy bank right now, could be worth up to $585, $349. Yes, you heard that right. Today's video will explore the true story, the hidden secrets, and the jaw-dropping value of the 1983 Lincoln penny. So stick around until the end, because we're going to reveal exactly which ones are worth a fortune, what to look for, and why collectors are going crazy over them right now. Let's jump right in. The year was 1983, a turning point not just in American culture, but in the world of coin production. The United States Mint had recently made a massive change that would shape the identity of the penny forever. Prior to 1982, pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided it was no longer cost-effective to keep producing them using copper. So starting midway through 1982, they changed the composition to 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with copper now just a thin coating over a zinc core. And by the time we reached 1983, all pennies were being minted in this new zinc-based format. This might seem like a small detail, but this single change gave birth to one of the most valuable penny errors in U.S. history. That's right. Some 1983 pennies, by a stroke of error or miracle, were accidentally struck on copper planchets that should have been phased out in 1982. And this tiny mistake? It created a numismatic legend. So, what makes the 1983 penny so unique? Well, aside from the material change, there are several reasons this coin has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and historians alike. First off, there's the rare 1983 copper penny. Experts believe a very small number of these were struck using leftover copper planchets from 1982, making them one of the most valuable minting errors in American coinage. The second thing is the 1983 double-die reverse penny. This variety features a strong doubling of the lettering on the back side of the coin. Specifically, look at the words, 1 cent, United States of America, and the E pluribus unum motto. The doubling is very visible with the naked eye or a magnifying glass. A genuine 1983 double-die penny in mint state condition can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Some graded by PCGS or NGC have gone for over $10,000. But wait. That's not even the most valuable. Let's talk about the real showstopper. A 1983 Lincoln cent that sold for $585, $349. Now, this wasn't just any 1983 penny. This was a 1983 D Lincoln penny, struck on a bronze planchet. Experts verified it as authentic and it was later graded and auctioned at an astronomical price. Why is it worth so much? Simple. This coin was never supposed to exist. All 1983 pennies were supposed to be made with the new zinc core. Finding one struck on a copper planchet is like discovering a needle in a haystack, a very golden needle. It's a minting error so rare, only a few examples are known to exist, and when rarity meets condition and historical value, collectors open their wallets wide. Very wide. Here's the most important part of the video, how you can find out if your 1983 penny is worth hundreds or hundreds of thousands. First, weigh the coin. A standard zinc 1983 penny weighs 2.5 grams, while a copper one will weigh around 3.1 grams. You'll need a digital scale that measures to at least 1 decimal place. If you find a 1983 penny that weighs around 3.1 grams, do not spend it. Next, check for any doubling on the reverse side, especially on 1 cent and United States of America. If the letters appear thicker or have a shadow, it could be the double-die reverse. Finally, get it professionally graded. You can send your coin to reputable graders like PCGS or NGC to verify authenticity and grade. A certified rare 1983 penny can unlock serious value in today's market. As of right now, in 2025, the coin market is on fire. Demand for rare U.S. coins, especially those from the 1980s, has skyrocketed. Baby boomers and millennials alike are investing in collectible coins as assets, and the 1983 penny is one of the top coins on their radar. face value to about 10 to 50 cents in uncirculated condition. Anywhere from $150 to over $10,000, depending on condition and grade. If authenticated and in top condition, over $585,000 at auction. And remember, as demand grows and supply stays limited, these prices will only go higher. So, the next time you get change at a store or sort through your old penny jar, look closely. That humble 1983 penny might be more than pocket change. It might be your ticket to a small fortune. At RF Coins, we believe that every coin has a story, and the 1983 Lincoln cent is one of the most thrilling stories of all. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a discovery that could change your life. Have you found a rare penny? Let us know in the comments, and as always, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep looking, because treasure is out there, hiding in plain sight. Until next time, this is RF Coins. Welcome back to another deep dive episode right here on RF Coins, the place where history meets value and tiny pieces of copper could turn into absolute treasure. Today, we're exploring a coin that's often overlooked, a piece of change that might be sitting in your piggy bank or tucked away in a forgotten coin jar, the legendary 1984 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard it right, the 1984 Lincoln penny, a coin that at first glance looks just like any other small copper cent, but in the right condition and with the right features, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when I say hundreds of thousands, I mean it. One of these coins is valued in the market at a jaw-dropping $585, $348. Stick around, because in this video, we're going to unravel why this coin is so special, what to look for, how to identify it, and how you might just be sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. So grab your magnifying glass and maybe a few old pennies, because this story could change your financial future. Let's start by traveling back in time. The Lincoln cent has a long and fascinating history. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real person. That portrait of Lincoln, serious, thoughtful, iconic, was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it's been the face of the penny ever since. Over the decades, the reverse side changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and later to the Union Shield in 2010. But during the Memorial cent years, from 1959 to 2008, some of the rarest and most valuable modern U.S. coins were born, including, of course, the star of today's episode, the 1984 Lincoln penny. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. Why is the 1984 Lincoln penny so valuable? What separates it from the billions of other pennies minted in that decade? Here's the secret: errors and varieties. The U.S. Mint in 1984 was cranking out pennies by the millions each day. Mistakes were inevitable. But in numismatics, that's the world of coin collecting, mistakes are golden. Literally. The most famous and valuable 1984 Lincoln cent features what's known as a double die obverse. That means during the minting process, the die that strikes the design into the coin hit it twice slightly off register, resulting in doubled images, most notably on Lincoln's ear, his eye, and parts of the inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This doubling is not just a tiny blemish, it's bold, obvious, and stunning when viewed under magnification. It turns an ordinary coin into an extremely rare collectible. If your 1984 penny has these doubling characteristics, you could be holding something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Alright, let's break it down. If you've got a 1984 penny, pull it out and let's look at the signs. First, check Lincoln's ear. The doubling on the 1984 double die obverse, commonly called 1984 DDO, is most visible on his earlobe. You'll see what appears to be a second earlobe hanging slightly below the original. It looks like a ghost image, almost like Lincoln has an extra ear. Second, look at the lettering. Liberty and In God We Trust often show strong doubling, especially if the coin is in a higher mint state condition. Third, check the mint mark. While most 1984 Lincoln cents were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and carry no mint mark, there are Denver minted versions too, marked with a small d. However, the most valuable DDO is from Philadelphia, with no mint mark under the date. If you see these signs, especially the doubled ear, then congratulations, you may have a coin worth a serious amount of money. So let's talk numbers. How much is a 1984 DDO penny worth? At the lower end, if your coin is in circulated condition but still shows clear doubling, it could fetch $150 to $250 from collectors. If it's in better shape, say, uncirculated with an MS60 grade or higher, the value can jump to $500, $800, even $1,500. But here's where it gets really exciting. A 1984 double-die obverse Lincoln cent graded MS68 red, that's a nearly perfect condition coin with its original red copper luster, sold at auction for a mind-blowing $585,348. Yes, that's over $500,000. For a single penny. That's not a typo, that's real money, and it was verified, graded, and authenticated by a top-tier grading company. That coin changed someone's life, and there could be more out there waiting to be discovered. So what can you do now? How can you start hunting for this rare variety? First, start checking your change. Every penny counts. Focus on 1984 Lincoln cents, especially those with no mint mark. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, even a cheap one can reveal doubling. Second, buy rolls of pennies from banks. You can often get $25 boxes filled with cents and search through them. Some lucky collectors have found DDOs in these rolls. Third, get your valuable finds graded and authenticated. Use trusted services like PCGS or NGC. A coin graded and encapsulated is far more trusted and will sell for a higher price in the market. Fourth, stay informed and watch RF Coins. We'll keep showing you the rarest finds, the most exciting auction results, and tips for turning your pocket change into profit. The 1984 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how everyday objects can hide incredible value. It's a coin most people would ignore, maybe even throw away, but in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power. That extra ear on Lincoln, that little doubling error, it's what separates 1 cent from $5.85, $3.48. And who knows? The next rare find might be sitting right in your collection or even in your next pocketful of change. So keep hunting, keep learning, and always check your coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating story and value of the 1984 Lincoln penny, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your collector friends, and subscribe to RF Coins for more rare coin discoveries, history, and high-value finds. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next life-changing coin, and remember, every coin has a story. Some are worth more than gold. This is RF Coins, signing until next time. Happy collecting! Welcome back to RF Coins, the channel where every penny has a story and every coin could change your life. If you're watching this video, you might just be holding onto a coin that's worth more than your car, maybe even more than your house. That's right, today we're diving deep into the world of the 1986 Lincoln penny, and let me tell you, you do not want to overlook this copper-coated gem. Some of these coins have been reported to sell for $585,347. Yes, you heard that correctly. Over $500,000 for a single penny, so grab your coin jar, sit tight, and let's unlock the secrets of the 1986 Lincoln cent, what makes it valuable, the history behind it, rare errors, and how much it's worth in today's wild coin market. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first time a real person, and a president at that, appeared on regular issue U.S. coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny has become one of the most collected coins in the United States and beyond. It has seen many changes over the years, from the wheat reverse to the memorial design and eventually to the Union Shield, but let's zoom into a very specific year, 1986, and an even more specific mint mark, the D, which stands for the Denver Mint. In 1986, the Denver Mint struck over 4.4 billion Lincoln cents. With a number that big, you might be thinking, how can any of these be valuable? Well, that's the twist. You see, when it comes to coin collecting, it's not just about quantity, it's about quality, rarity, and errors. So what makes some 1986 pennies so special? Number 1, mint errors. There are a handful of extremely rare 1986 Lincoln pennies with dramatic mint errors. Some of these include, double die obverse soft center strikes, broadstruck errors, die cracks or cuts, misaligned dies, transitional planchet errors. One example that's shaken the coin world is a 1986 D penny struck on a bronze planchet instead of the expected zinc-coated composition. These transitional errors are incredibly rare and can fetch tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Then there are high-grade examples that if you have a 1986 D penny in mint state 68 or higher, especially one graded by top-tier grading services like PCGS or NGC, you're looking at a potential 5 or 6-figure value. Why? Because in a sea of billions, only a handful remain in pristine, untouched condition. Collectors and investors are willing to pay big bucks for the best of the best, and then, the legends. There are whispers and reports of one ultra-rare 1986 D penny that sold for a jaw-dropping $585,347. While this number is surrounded by some mystery, what's certain is that the market for rare Lincoln cents is hotter than ever. Part 3, How to Identify a Valuable 1986 D penny. Now, here's where you come in. You might be wondering, could I have a valuable 1986 D penny? Check the date, and mint market should say 1986 and have a small d under the date. That D means it was minted in Denver. Examine the coin for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for doubling in the date, especially on the numbers 8 and 6. Look at the word Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling as well. Inspect the reverse. Look closely at the Lincoln Memorial. Any doubling in the columns, steps, or lettering could be a huge indicator of a double die. Check the weight. A regular 1986 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If your penny weighs around 3.1 grams, you could have a transitional error struck on a bronze planchet, which is extremely rare. Condition matters even if there are no errors. A near-perfect 1986 D penny can still be worth hundreds or thousands. Check for luster, no scratches, strong strike, and full details. If you think your coin is in amazing condition, it's worth submitting it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Now let's talk money. Here's a quick breakdown of current market values for 1986 D pennies based on condition and rarity. Circulated condition, 1 to 10 cents MS68 and above, up to $5,000 or more. Rare error coins, $10,000 to $585,347 and climbing. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections have seen these pennies go for staggering prices when the right buyer meets the right coin. So what if you find one? How do you sell it? First, get it authenticated and graded. Contact a reputable coin dealer or submit directly to PCGS or NGC, then, list it with trusted auction platforms, eBay, or even local coin shows. A coin like this deserves maximum exposure. But be patient, the right collector might take time to find your listing, but when they do, it can change your life. The 1986 D Lincoln penny, a tiny copper treasure with the power to surprise and the potential to make you rich. Don't ignore your pocket change. Don't overlook that old coin jar on the shelf. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, smash that like button, subscribe to RF Coins, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the next big coin discovery. Share this video with your friends and family, especially the ones who still hoard pennies, and remember, here on RF Coins, every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth over $500,000. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and keep the coin magic alive.